So good day everyone. Okay. So welcome to our another lecture video on uh, understanding the self. So previously we have discussed the philosophical, sociological and anthropological perspective of the self. So for this lecture video we will be discussing about the psychological perspective of the self. Okay. So, by definition, psychology is the scientific study of how people behave, think, and feel. So, paano yung behaviors nyo, paano kayo mag-isip, at yung pakiramdam nyo din are included. So, this includes workings of the human brain such as consciousness. So, I think we have discussed this previously sa ating lessons on levels of consciousness ni Sigmund Freud, no? So, meron tayong iceberg, no? Uh, yung first level is conscious, second is pre-conscious, and the next is the unconscious level of consciousness. So, it also includes memory, reasoning, language, personality, and mental health. So I hope throughout your student life, I hope you are doing good in terms of your mental health. Okay? So, ready pa ba, healthy pa ba yung mental health nyo? Hmm? So, um, psychology is a dynamic field of study that seeks to explain, understand, and predict human behavior. No? So, I think dito nanggagaling yung notion na yung mga psychologists, no, mga psychology major, nakakabasa daw ng utak. Okay? Hindi yan totoo. Okay? So, we just predict human behavior that's just according, base lang yan sa your past behaviors. No? So, paano pinakita niya noon, okay, yung mga past behavior, no? Base dyan, no, sa tinatry namin yung i-explain at saka i-understand, pwede namin i-predict yung future behaviors, no? Future behaviors, no? So, although we can predict, hindi naman yan absolutely yan ang mangyayari. So, more likely yan. More likely lang. Okay? So, throughout our lesson on psychological perspective of the self, we will encounter this term cognitive. Cognitive or cognition. So, cognitive is basically any conscious intellectual activity. Okay? So, yung uh, intellectual activity na gaganap niyan kapag nagbabasa kayo, no? O, nagbabasa, nagsusulat, or nagsosolve ng mathematical problems. Basically, anything that involves activity sa isipan nyo. Okay? Parang medyo nasa-stress out yung brain nyo. So, punta muna tayo first kay Jean Piaget. It's not Piaget, no, it's Piaget. Okay? So, Jean Piaget has this theory of cognitive development. So, basically, cognitive, no, ito yung intellectual activity. So, ito ay nagde-develop. Okay? Sa theory ni Piaget, no, nagsimula ito sa pagkabata until paglaki. Okay? So, cognitive development is basically a progressive reorganization of mental processes resulting from biological maturation, okay, and environmental experiences. So, basically, as we grow old, no, as sa pagtanda natin, no, tumataas din yung capacity natin for intellectual activities. Okay, so first, so before, no, for example, yung kindergarten natin, no, matutunan natin yung basic lang na reading, basic lang na counting ng numbers, no, 1, 2, 3, no. So pagdating sa elementary, so, doon tayo natututo ng mga basic arithmetic operations. So 1 plus 1, 2 plus 2, addition, tapos nakaka-learn na din tayo ng multiplication, no? 2 times 3, 4 times 5, ganyan. Tapos paglaki na, mas later on sa buhay, paglaki natin, for example sa high school, okay, no, tumataas yung intellectual capacity natin. So mas nakakaintindi na tayo ng algebraic expressions, no, yung mga exponents, yung find x and find y, no, transpose, yan. So tumataas yan as we grow older. So I hope nakaka-catch up yung intellectual capacity natin sa ating age, no? So children progresses cognitively through 4 stages. Okay? So first is the sensory motor stage, pre-operational, concrete operations, and formal operations. So these stages, no, punta muna tayo kay sensory motor. Okay? So sensory motor stage, this happens around starting at birth to 2 years old. Okay? During this stage, children learn by touching, looking, sucking, or basically anything through 5 senses. No? So, I think napapansin nyo sa mga bata around 0 to 2 years old, napaka-curious nila about the world, no? About sa mundo. So, kahit anong nahahawakan nila, kakainin, di ba? It's how they learn, no? Especially sense of touch nila, sense of taste, no? Kaya mag-iingat tayo kapag mayroon tayong bata kasi they are naturally curious. Okay? The expected na yan kapag 0 to 2 years old. Okay? So, during sensory motor stage, no, dito nagde-develop yung concept of object permanence. Okay? So, object permanence appears around 9 months. So, nabilong siya around within 0 to 2 years old. Yung object permanence, no, so ito yung ability of the child to realize that an object still exists even though hindi nakikita. Okay? Kapag nakadevelop na ng object permanence ng bata, okay, marirealize niya, okay, na kahit hindi na makikita yung bagay, no, it still exists kasi nakadevelop na siya ng object permanence, no. So mapapansin natin sa mga bata below 9 months, okay, so mga 9 months na bata, kapag for example hindi nakita ni bata, parang nagtatago si mother, okay, iiyak yan kasi hindi niya nakikita. So para sa kanya, para sa bata, no, nawala yung mother niya, hindi na continue na exist yung mother niya kasi hindi niya nakikita, wala pa siyang konsepto ng object permanence. So after 9 months and above, nakaka-develop na ng idea of object permanence. Now, I hope in your age right now, meron na kayong concept of object permanence. Okay? So, next stage naman is pre-operational stage. So, pre-operational stage happens around 2 to 7 years of age. Okay? So, during this pre-operational stage, children uses language and symbols such as letters and numbers. Okay? So, during this stage, dito na nakakaintindi ang bata ng language. Okay? Dito, what was your first language during your 2 to 7 years old kayo? Okay? Dito na tayo nakakalauna. First words like mama or papa. Okay? Dito na din tayo nagsisimulang magbasa, magbilang, no? So, basic lang na counting, no? Okay, nakakasulat na din tayo. So, during this pre-operational stage, no, egocentrism is evident. So, what is this egocentrism? So, once we say egocentrism, ito yung tendency ng bata to view things only on his or her own perspective, no? Sa kanilang lang perspektibo, no? Parang self-centered yung bata, may pagka-selfish, ano. Kasi hindi pa sila nakakaintindi ng perspective ng ibang tao. Okay? So, natural yan sa kanya na sa mga bata around 2 to 7 years old na maging self-centered. Okay? Hindi sila nag-iisip about the feelings of others or whatnot. Okay? So, egocentric sila. Nakasentro sa kanila yung mundo para sa mga bata within 2 to 7 years of age. So, after naman dyan is the concrete operations. So, concrete operations is around 7 to 11 years old of age. So, dito, during concrete operation, children demonstrate a mature understanding of cause and effect relationship. So, dito na during this stage, mas nakakaintindi ng bata yung lahat ng bagay na ginagawa nila ay may kaakibat na epekto. Okay? During this stage, sa concrete operation stage, so, thinking is still concrete. So, sa mga bata within 7 years old of age, natural sa kanila na literal ang understanding nila sa mundo. Okay? So, hindi pa sila masyadong nakakaintindi ng mga abstract concepts such as love, no? Democracy, yan. Parang hindi pa sila nakakaintindi masyado nun. So, for example, no, the concept of love, siguro ang pagkakaintindi ng mga bata is just love is mere kissing, no? Kissing with one another. So as we grow old, we realize that no, love is just more than kissing. Okay? So, at the next stage naman, 12 years old and above. Dito na tayo sa formal operations. Okay? Sa formal operations, the individual demonstrate already abstract thinking. Okay? Dito na tayo mas nakakaintindi ng abstract concepts such as yung love. Okay? Empiricism, rationalism, yan, materialism, okay, philosophy, psychology, yan. Hindi yan tangible, no? Hindi yan nag-i-exist sa physical world, pero naiintindihan na kasi may capacity na tayo for abstract thinking. Okay? So, once again, sensory motor around 0 to 2 years, pre-operational 2 to 7 years, concrete operations 7 to 11 years, and formal operations 12 to 12 years and above. Next naman, puntan tayo sa konsepto ni William James. So, this is the me self and the I self. Okay. So, previously, no, parang we have discussed merong aspect of the self, me and I. No? Different din ito kay William James kasi psychological perspective ito. So, William James was the father of American psychology. So, according sa kay James, the self daw has two elements. So, this is the I self and the me self. So, I self is the pure ego. Ito yung subjective self. So, this is the self that is aware of its own actions. This is the doer. So, hindi kung napapansin nyo, nagsasabi kayo na, I am eating, I am reading, I am listening. Dapat I yun. So, ikaw yung doer. Sa me self naman, this is the self that you can describe. So, ito yung describable self nyo. So, this includes physical characteristics, no? Kung maputi ka ba, no? Or dark yung complexion mo, mataas ba yung buhok mo, or short ba yung hair nyo. Okay? Physical characteristics yan. Personalities, relationships, thoughts, and feeling. Basically, this is the empirical self kasi it's describable since it is observable, no? It is describable. Okay? So, yung I self daw natin, meron siyang 4 na features. Okay? So, first is that this sense of being agent or initiator of behavior. Ito yung paniniwala ng isang tao na yung actions niya ay may kaakibat na epekto or impact. Okay? Kasi nga aware of its own actions, diba? So I think by your age, realize niyo na siguro na bawat actions niyo may kaakibat na epekto. Next naman is the sense of being unique. So, this is the awareness of how different you are from the environment. So, we are all unique individuals. Iba't iba naman talaga tayo even though we belong in the same community, the same nation, no? Even though pareha tayong Muslim, pareha tayong Kristiyano, may pagkakaiba talaga tayo. Okay? So, next is sense of continuity. So, sense of continuity is that ito yung sense na one person is the same every day. So, hindi naman po pwede na yesterday, okay, sad boy ka. So, ngayon, the next day, soft boy or napaka-energetic mo. Okay. Dapat continuous. Dapat constant ang kung sino ka. Okay. So, next naman is the sense of awareness about being aware. Okay. Basically, awareness. So, ito yung understanding mo sa anong nagaganap mo. Understanding what is going on and knows that you understand it. So, alam mo kung anong nagaganap. Tapos, alam mo rin na naiintindihan mo kung ano ang nagaganap. Okay? So, yon ang 4 na features ng I self. Next naman is me self and its 3 dimensions. Meron siyang 3 dimension. So, as I've said earlier, first is the material. Ito yung physical appearance. So, for example, clothing, no? Kasuotan mo, I am wearing yellow. Okay? I am wearing blue. You are wearing t-shirt. Okay? You are wearing shorts. Okay? So, example din, if you are tall, no? Pandak ka ba? Yun. Physical appearance. Next naman is social. Okay? Describable. Describable yung social skills mo in your interpersonal relationship. So, paano ka makisalamuha sa ibang tao? If you are friendly ba? If you are approachable or may pagkamasungit ka? Okay? Describable yan. Social aspect. So, next is spiritual. So, spiritual, ito yung personality niyo, character, and defining values. So, after that, punta naman tayo kay Carl Rogers. Okay? So, kay Carl Rogers, meron siyang konsepto ng real and ideal self. Okay? Sa real self, ito yung the person that you actually are. It is how you behave right at the moment of situation. So basically, the real self is who you are in reality. Walang halong plastikan. Okay? So, ito talaga yung totoong ikaw. Okay? Na walang halong peke. Okay? So, yung ideal self naman is the person that you would like to be. Ito yung konsepto mo ng best self. I think all of us naman, meron tayong um, own versions of our best self. No? So, ito yung idealized image of the self. Okay? The perfect you, the best you. So, after that, because we have discussed real and ideal self, meron din tayong concept of congruence. Okay? Kapag si real self nyo at saka si ideal self are aligned, no? Meaning, align sila yung real self mo at saka ideal self mo, hindi nagkakalayo. No? Kung sino yung totoong ikaw at saka yung best version ng sarili mo ay hindi masyadong malayo. No? Meron kang congruence. Okay? Align sila. So, kapag congruent yung real at saka ideal self nyo, meron kang better sense of peace and mental well-being. Okay? So, makakaramdam ka ng greater sense of self-worth, at saka productive yung life mo. Okay? Kapag naman, yung real self mo, yung totoong ikaw, at saka yung ideal self mo are not aligned, meaning masyadong malayo, yung totoong ikaw at saka yung best self mo, mayroon kang incongruency. Okay? Incongruence. So, for example, yung pangarap na best version of self mo is studio student. I mean, a student that who excels in academics. No? Pero, yung real self mo, parang malayo kasi, for example, hindi ka masyadong nagsa-study. No? Paano mo yan ma-achieve yung ideal self mo? Okay? So, kapag you're experiencing incongruency, no, this may actually lead to maladjustment. So, this is the inability to react satisfactorily to the demands of the world. So, basically, parang nahihirapan kang mag-adjust, no, para ma-fulfill mo yung best self mo. So, parang nag-a-adapt ka in a wrong way. Okay? So, after real and ideal self, punta naman tayo sa multiple and unified selves ni David Lester. Okay. So, according kay Lester, no, a person may have multiple selves due to the fact that each one of us, no, has varied experiences. Meron tayong iba't ibang experiences. No, hindi naman pwedeng uniform yan. Meron tayong iba't ibang goals. Meron tayong iba't ibang desires o mga kagustuhan. So, emotions to go through life, no, sa buhay natin. So, individuals may present different selves according to their environment and situation. Kaya tayo nagkaka-develop ng multiple selves. Okay? For example, yung friends nyo, okay? In front of yourself, this is who you are. This is the self that you present in front of your friends. Will that apply in front of your parents? No? In front of the school? Kung nasa school kayo. Siyempre, parang hindi po pwede naman. So, kung sino ka in front of your friends, dapat parang hindi siya i-represent sa kapag in front ka, sa pamilya mo, diba? Kasi nagdedepende ka sa sino ang nakakasalamuha mo. Okay? Kapag naman na-integrate yung sub-selves mo into one, meron kang unified self. Kapag unified self, no, ito yung fusion of different selves into a single one. So, we have mentioned na meron tayong different version, multiple selves, no? Kapag nakadevelop yung unified self mo, pinagsama-sama mo yan. So, What is your best characteristic in front of yourself in front of your friends? No? Your best characteristic in front of your family, tapos in front of your school, no? Kapag nasa school ka, kinukuha mo yung best aspects na yon or characteristics pa, tapos pinagsama mo into a single one. So, meron kang unified self. Ma-achieve mo yan. Punta naman tayo kay Murray Bowen sa differentiated models. Okay? Sa kay Murray Bowen, meron siyang tinatawag na differentiation and fusion. Dito, it refers to the extent in which an individual can separate their emotional and intellectual selves. So, basically, hindi ka emotional, no? Parang you think rationally. No? Differentiated selves are referred as the solid self. Okay? So, yung solid self have strong intellectual aspect and can actually take control of their emotions. Nakokontrol nila ang kanilang pagiging emotional. Yan si solid self. Solid na solid. So, next is the fused self. Yung fused self is actually referred as the pseudo self. So, once we say pseudo, no, parang hindi totoo, fake. Okay? Yung pseudo self will only just respond to the life situations and emotionally. Okay? So, to differentiate that further, no, solid self is determined. Okay? Determinado siya at aware siya sa kaniyang mga needs, mga pangangailangan at kaniyang mga kagustuhan, yung desires niya. So, solid self will not be afraid to stand for its convictions and principles. So, I think most of you naman, meron tayong mga kanya-kanyang prinsipyo sa buhay. Diba? Diyan, nabebulong sa solid self nyo yan. Okay? Solid, hindi natitibag. Si pseudo self naman, ito yung nagre-react lang with the surroundings. So, go with the flow lang si pseudo self. So, yung pseudo self will just follow rules, no? Nagpa-follow lang siya ng customs, culture, at saka expectations. So, yun ang main difference ni pseudo self at saka ni solid self. Punta naman tayo kay Albert Bandura. Okay? Albert Bandura has this concepts of being proactive and agentic. Okay? So, balik na naman tayo. Meron na namang cognitive. Si Albert Bandura, meron siyang social cognitive theory. So, before, if kay Jean Piaget, meron siyang cognitive development, no? Yung pag-develop ng intellectual capacity ng isang bata. Ito naman kay Albert Bandura, social cognitive theory. So, according to this theory, development of personality is brought by the interaction of behavioral, cognitive, and environmental factors. Okay? So, basically, yung behaviors nyo at yung cognition nyo, yung paano kayo yung intellectual activities nyo, tsaka yung environmental factors nyo, pag nag-interact yan sila, okay, doon na de-develop, nabubuo yung personality nyo, yung magiging ikaw. Okay? Being proactive naman, it means that ito yung ability mo to anticipate and plan for future events. Tapos, you are able to work hard for it. Okay? So, ito yung abilidad mo na mag-e-expect ka at saka magpaplano ka for the future. So, siguro na narinig nyo na yung are you a proactive student? So, meaning, meron kang plano as a student. How will you graduate? Okay. How will you become the top of the class? Okay? Proactive ka. So, the person, no, or the individual can only be proactive if he or she is agentic. So basically, agentic is the ability of the self to influence intentionally one's functioning. Basically, yung um, agentic is your ability na impluwensyahan yung sarili mo. Okay? Hindi ka lang nagpapadala sa influence ng other people. Meron kang sense of human agency. You are your own agent. Okay? So, yung uh, human agencies, meron siyang apat na properties. Although, I am discussing this now, no? Um, hindi ko to i-include. For this specific slide, I will not include this anymore sa preliminaries nyo. Okay? Pero, let's briefly discuss namin kasi I think it's good for you to know them more. Okay? So, intentionality, ito yung ability mo to plano and tatarbahuin mo yung plano, no? Kasi ito yung ito yung uh, ability mo na uh, mag uh, magplano tsaka at tatrabahuin mo yun. Okay? So, next naman is forethought. Ito yung ability mo to anticipate what the future will be. So, parang nag-e-expect ka anong mangyayari sa future. Tapos, magpaplano ka, of course, kung anong gagawin nyo para dyan. So, self-reactiveness, ito yung ability mo to construct appropriate systems of behavior. So, paano ka mag-react? Okay? Paplanuhin mo yan. Tapos, self-reflectivism. Ito yung ability mo to learn from life events and reflect on the course of action. Okay? So, when you experience something, no, makaka-realize ka, makaka-reflect ka based on your past experience. So, next naman, punta na tayo sa true self and false self ni Winnicott. T.W. Winnicott. Okay. So, according kay Winnicott, no, the self daw is just simply the person who is me. So, walang libog. Okay? So, I think most of us, yung paningin natin kay false self is masama. Hindi siya masama. Actually, false self has its own purpose. Yung false self is actually tasked to defend and hide the core of a healthy person's self from reality and prevent it from changing. So basically, si false self is parang siya yung wall, okay, na nagpo-protecta, nagde-defend para sa true self niya. So true self naman is the sense of self based on spontaneous, authentic experience. So to differentiate them further, no, yung false self natin daw is yung, as I mentioned earlier, defensive organization to. Okay? So, this actually starts from your infancy, no? So, kapag daw intrusive yung maternal care niyo, meaning, grabe makapag-reprimand si mother. Grabe siya mga saba, tapos hindi siya supportive masyado sa pinaggagawa ng bata. Mas nakaka-develop siya ng false self. Minamaskara niyo, okay? False self is the mask o persona. Okay? It will just only follow. So, para hindi magalit si mama, okay? Ipa-follow ka na lang ng rules. Tapos, para kang magsusuot ng maskara or persona. Okay? Si true self naman, this is the this flourishes in infancy if the mother is positively responsive to child's spontaneous expression. So basically, Kapag supportive si mother, no, if the mother is supportive to the child's individuation, no, makaka-develop kayo ng stable self-image, no. Once we say supportive yung mother niyo, parang for example, nagsusulat kayo sa wall. Okay? Nagsusulat kayo sa wall gamit yung crayons niyo. May iba na parents, may iba na mother na parang kasab-anda yun. Okay? Parang papagalitan agad yung anak. Okay? Parang in return, yung bata parang okay, hindi pala to pwede. So, minamaskara nilang totoong self nila para hindi mapagalitan. Kapag naman supportive si mother, no, or parents, mas nakaka-develop siya ng stable self-image. Okay? At saka paglaki niya, no, as the child grows older, no, mas makaka-accept siya ng both positive and negative aspect ng ibang tao at saka ng sarili niya. Okay? So, kapag naman si false self is allied, connected sa true self nyo, meaning yung false self nyo hindi masyadong malayo sa true self nyo, meron kayong healthy false self. No? Parang nagwo-work yung purpose ni false self to defend your true self. Okay? Para siyang idea of congruence and incongruence. Okay? Kapag naman si false self is forced to fit, meaning ramdam mo na pipilitan ka. Okay? Ramdam mo na pinipeke mo lang. Meron kang unhealthy false self. Kasi forced to fit ka eh. Okay? Yung true self mo parang napipilitan talagang magtago sa false self. Meron doon is that is your unhealthy false self. Okay? So, that is all for our lesson on psychological perspective of the self. Actually, dito tatapos yung coverage ng examination natin sa psychological view of the self. Okay? It will start from philosophical, sociological, anthropological, tapos psychological perspective of the self. So, thank you for listening, no? So, I hope you have learned something from our discussion from this lecture video rather, no? And I hope you will study for your examinations.